You ready?
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready, get ready. Flag 25. You're not ready. You're not ready. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Let him go.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. There's the first NFL catch for South Carolina's Deebo Samuel. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Where's the hunt? Ready? 52 the mic. Bring it. Bring it. Where's the hunt?
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2. Wide. Hey, exit. 45.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. A 1st down from Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
Gun.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. He's got it first down past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here.
You gotta get there, bro.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Easy.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
52, Mike 52. Here it comes. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 15-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that,
Y'all got a
you know what
block.
the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it 2nd down and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Tighten up. Check. Face. Motion. Check.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. And the pressure gets
Ryan's
to
got
him
to let that ball go, bro.
Everson Griffin. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. And taken right at the 35. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They hand off to their big tight end. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Cousins on 4th down, and he's able to find Diggs. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Protein spill.
On 1st down, Grant. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Cousins. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
To throw is Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They're all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
54
Here's Ryan. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Cousins gives way to Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. It's caught by Treadwell. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are first out of the scoreboard here this afternoon.
How you gonna call no huddle that many
Extra
fucking
point,
times,
and
dude?
that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
I just said aggravated me right there.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards the pickup there. Cousins now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Cousins again. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 52, right 52. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense. First time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2nd and 10 now. Ryan. And he's going
Dude, they're not even fucking going for the ball.
Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the return.
I mean, our receivers just running, not even going for the ball.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. And Diggs has it.
Nope.
Gain of 32 that time. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes our score 17-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down. There we go.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley.
Complete to Calvin Ridley. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
54. That's 21.
Now it's Ryan. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
Hey, check. Let's go.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Completes it to Samuel. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. Deebo Samuel with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Falcons cut into that lead.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Now Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check 3, General West.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. This is Grant. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, Clifford. Hey, no, easy.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got it at the 15.
Bullshit.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Throwing, Cousins. That's caught at the 3. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 3 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And they got the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Taking a shot for Samuel. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very man. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
If the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here's Madison running on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Another carry now for Madison. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Bailey's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Let's go, let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy.
Oh, my God.
To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just one fourth-quarter comeback for the QB. Here's Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. From the shotgun, Ryan. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. This one caught by Ridley. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. To throw is Ryan. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with 14 seconds on the clock, they've got to go with the onside kick. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Minnesota, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
It's tough, man. I mean, the thing is like he kind of is following rules, but he's kind of not. Like, he does change his plays up, but an out route on every play is not changing the play up, to be honest.